Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yep, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Hey, our body count for today, we have cop realizes she just made the worst mistake. Oh, this case. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't.
Oh.
But don't tell
me. You do.
Okay.
I'm being 100, you do. I didn't know this was this. Don't be turning papers up. Hey, with that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want to first part, you got to do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's visuals.
Like it with a thumbs up.
I know his face. I forgot where this happened at. I want to say Wisconsin, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. Don't get me on that. All right, you ready? Mm-hmm. Let's get it.
Just step out of the car real quick, okay? And I'll explain what's going on. Don't.
I'm not doing nothing.
Don't. You're tensing up, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Keep your hands right back. Wait. Don't.
I'll tase you! You did?
Yes!
Okay.
I grabbed the gun! I shot him! Oh my God!
A traffic stop in the spring of 2021 turns into chaos for the officers, the driver, and the entire community when a fatal mistake becomes a national flashpoint.
You remember?
I do a little bit, yeah.
Igniting a wave of unrest. As agitation spreads throughout the city, the tensions between the police and the public erupt, and the world watches to see what justice will look like in this explosive case.
This is the America we live in now. My God, it's a war zone.
The following report is based on official police records, and some of the footage has never been seen before until now. On April 11th, 2021, two officers in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota stop a car when they notice expired tabs and an obstruction hanging from the rearview mirror.
Oh, sakes, dude. Really?
Move forward.
You're gonna stop right here.
Officer Kimberly Potter takes up position at the rear of the car as her trainee, Officer Anthony Lucky, approaches the door.
Hey, what's going on, man? You got a driver's license and proof of insurance for me at all?
Oh, that's it.
You don't have a driver's license? Okay. What's your name? You're Dante? Okay, gotcha. Well, there's a couple things reason why I stopped you. The air freshener hanging down there. Yeah, can't do that. And then our other question is your tabs. Yeah, just keep looking for the insurance, and then I'm gonna write your name and date of birth down, all right?
The man they've pulled over is 20-year-old Dante Wright, and a young woman named Elena is in the passenger seat.
I wanted to say he was lying, but I think he's honestly telling the truth, so...
As the police run Dante's information through the system, Dante calls his mom for advice.
He calls me and he said, "Mom, I just been pulled over." And I said, "For what?" Like, that was just my first response. Like, "What did you do?" And he said I had air fresheners in the window or in the rearview mirror. And then I said, "Okay, well, take them down." He was like, "You think I'm in trouble?" I was like, "No, you're not in trouble. What would you be in trouble for?"
But what the police find shifts the course of this traffic stop.
Just run him as Dante Wright. No, just run him like you were in DBS.
Yeah.
Just don't put all that other information in.
Oh, okay.
See what it gives you.
Status, suspended, mail, state records hit.
See? Don't want to code for yourself.
He's got a gross misdemeanor warrant, and there's an OFP for a female, so I need to ID her. There's also residue, like weed on the middle console, so probably search the car. Apparently the car is his brother's.
You want to tell him what the warrant's for?
Warrant is for the weapons violation.
The officers, who have now been joined by a sergeant, return to...
So you remove both of them?
From the car?
Mm-hmm. In a situation like this, since you are saying you're going to conduct a search, We got 3 officers on the scene. Can we remove both at the same time? It's just 2 individuals. You already been able to identify how many individuals we have in the car, right? Yeah. But also, I'm not an officer. I might be just ignorant to this. But that's what I'm thinking. You could remove both. One officer take one side, the other officer take the other side. No. Remove, say, hey, we need both of you all to step outside the vehicle.
To arrest Dante, taking the first steps toward an encounter that will end in disaster.
Just have him step on out.
Hey, Dante. All right, man, here, do me a favor. Just step out of the car real quick, okay? And I'll explain what's going on. You can just put your phone on the dashboard there, okay?
So
and then
am I
the
going
paper.
to jail?
I'll explain all that in a second, okay? Just turn around.
And also, I wish he had took the lead on this. Well, he is training. He's because she's superior.
Yeah.
So I think possibly she could have
handled. You wish who would have took the lead?
Her.
Oh.
Since she's training him.
Yeah.
He's the training officer. But if he don't do, he won't learn.
Right.
So he has to, you know what I'm saying?
Put your hands on your back.
You didn't tell you're under arrest, Dante.
Okay, so you are going to be under arrest, okay? You do have a warrant, so.
And while you speak up and say something, allow him, because he was complying.
But you tell, like that, like, well, he's 20, and now he like.
Oh, and I'm not, at the end of the day, there's no excuse you shouldn't have fled in. I'm just directing it. I wish the other officer.
But you do have to, I think, let him know.
Yeah, he has to let him know, but also he's not the training officer. This is on her. Mm-hmm. This is on her to instruct. By him over-asserting himself can cause another friction and accelerate the issue. Yeah. Let these two, since they were on the scene first, you're backup. You need to learn how to follow backup and just be there as backup. Mm-hmm. Not enforce yourself into the... That's all I'm saying. You want to say something?
Arrest, Dante.
Okay, so you are going to be under arrest, okay? You do have a warrant, so. Don't.
I'm not doing nothing.
Don't. You're tensing up, bro. Don't do it. Don't do it. Stand right back. Wait. Wait. Don't.
And I'm sure he could have pulled him out.
But Officer Potter's taser is holstered on the left side of her belt. She reaches to...
Isn't all tasers on the left side, or is it the dominant hand? Right? You know anything?
I'm not sure.
I thought... Because...
Like, your gun will be on the side.
Of your dominant, right?
Yeah.
But majority of people dominant hand is on the right
hand.
And so that should automatically be...
But I could be wrong. I don't know. I really don't.
So I wonder if an officer's dominant hand is left hand, would they draw from their left hand? I would want to draw from my left because that's my dominant hand.
Right.
But if I'm right-handed, I should automatically know my taser's on my left. Mm-hmm.
To the right, tragically grabbing her 9mm instead.
I'll tase you! Taser!
But the next sound is not the electric crackle.
Also, a taser and a gun. And if you see him, he has his holster on the left. If you're superior, I don't know, like, shout out to those who are military and those who are police officers, right? My mind, there should be a different feel of a taser gun and a handgun, and then weight. But I'm ignorant to it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so we was right. So it says no, not all officers carry their gun on the right side. While most officers are right-handed and carry their firearms on the dominant side, some are left-handed and carry their firearms on the left side. So it depends on whichever hand I guess is dominant. Or the gun will actually be.
Let me see. And I guess since you're in the hostile, like everything's happening so fast.
Yeah.
You might not like think
it's
about.
It's not registering that. This feels a little bit lighter than my regular firearm.
Yeah, my firearm. It said no. Taser gun does not weigh the same. The same as a traditional firearm. Generally, tasers are lighter than most handguns carried by law enforcement. Which that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's a significant. See, it says 0.45 in weight, although a gun weighs 2 pounds. So traditional. So that should automatically tell you as well. Just I pulled them. This got way more weight to it than the other one, and you know what I'm saying. So me as an officer, you should automatically understand whether or not I pull from my right.
And I can't even like and I get like some people, you know, like in the moment I can't give you that because that in that moment someone loses their like that moment is very vital. So I
training.
Yeah.
And also she shouldn't be training because from here it shows me you need more training. So how can I pinpoint you as a training officer if I feel as though you're not properly well equipped to where you might need further training yourself? And so someone who possibly have bad habits also train bad habits.
Did it say what his warrant was for? Did they say? They didn't say?
I think they did say. It's I know he had suspended license, but they were gonna take me in for the suspended license anyway. He had a warrant pertaining to something with a firearm. I swear I feel like it said something with a firearm. And something with the woman.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. Why you ask that? As far as the aggressive nature?
Well, no, I'm just asking because in like so many situations, because I've like known people or just like personally that have like been in situations and have either lost their life, and I just and I always just be thinking, I'm like, dang, I just wish that you would have just complied and. Like, I get it. Like, a lot of people, you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to whatever. But I just, I'd rather have you here than to, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. Stuff like this just breaks my heart.
Traffic stop.
Just run him as Dante Wright. No, just run him like you were in DBS.
Yeah.
Just don't put all that other information in.
Oh, okay.
See what it gives you.
Status, suspended, mail, state records hit.
See? You don't want to code for yourself.
He's got a gross misdemeanor warrant, and there's an OFP.
So gross misdemeanor, some OLP for a female. What is that? I never heard about that. Domestic violence. So,
Oh, like for like a order of protection, like
no. It's literally DV. Basically, say for instance, he got into it with a woman. She called the police. He fled the scene. They'll put a warrant out for him. So next time they see him, they pick him up.
Oh, can I see this real quick? Oh, that's what I thought. Okay.
So that's all it is. Literally, it was a DV situation. Probably the girl called the police on him. He fled the scene before the officer got there. She said, yes, she wanted to press charges. So he has a misdemeanor warrant out for his arrest. Also, he's driving without a license. Some officers will arrest you. Some won't arrest you. And if the tag's expired.
For a female, so I need to ID her. There's also residue, like weed on.
Oh, that as well. Had weed in the console.
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah. So it was a plethora of things for them to arrest him. Honestly, that's,
Tragically grabbing her 9mm instead.
I'll tase you! Taser!
But the next sound is not the electric crackle of a taser, but the loud report of a single gunshot. Dante Wright is instantly aware of what happened.
Ah, he shot me.
Oh, my... I just shot him.
You did?
Yes!
Okay.
I grabbed the wrong gun! I shot him! Oh, my God!
Okay, Kim, sit down.
Oh, he
The
died
booming
immediately.
sounds from down the street are from Dante's car smashing into an oncoming SUV before rolling to a stop at an intersection a block away from the initial incident. One cop is already on the scene, and soon there will be many others.
Rico causes that shots fired. Start
He
more
died
units, please.
immediately.
We're gonna need additional units.
North on the red.
him. That guy was trying to take off with me in the car.
But Officer Potter is inconsolable, and the news isn't improving.
The driver is not breathing according to the passenger.
Oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? I mean, if I'll just...
But no one else standing.
I mean, if I'll just... How can I charge you? What did I do?
At the crash scene, where the police response is growing by the second, Elena gets out of the car as the officers prepare to move in on Dante. Few, if any of them, know exactly what happened here.
We heard over the radio that Brooklyn Center officers, there was a possible shooting, took the male out of the driver's seat and began performing first aid on them.
Paramedics quickly arrive at the scene as well, but little can be done.
As I approached, I believe they stopped doing CPR. I checked a pulse on his right carotid for what I was aiming at about 10 seconds. I moved over to the left carotid to check over there as well. I did not feel a pulse.
Dante Wright is pronounced dead at the scene, and while it's not clear if Officer Potter...
I wonder did she shoot him down, because the position where she said taser, it looked like if she fired the gun, right, it would have went straight into the heart. Because it was like more angled, like, and would have boom. You get what I'm saying?
I thought it was down more like
it was,
right here.
You think down?
But I don't know. I was just from where she was like
because
she was more like underneath the cop, but
and he was laying sideways.
But
so
again,
that's
it could have traveled. So it really at this point it's still in this area. Yeah. So regardless of the fact,
because that would have hit a lung too, right? It's either heart or lung. Probably hit.
Immediately received the news. A Hennepin County lieutenant finds her in a worrying state.
I got down to her level and I'm talking to her and she was just repeating some things and, I just told her to stop talking. She repeatedly kept saying that she wanted to die. Again, how my conclusion came that there was something critical that took place. I'm going to prison. I want to die. Just let me die. I talked to her sergeant twice, and on the second time, he finally listened to me, I said, you need to take her gun from her, because I didn't know the whole realm of it, but I knew it wasn't good.
Officer Potter is led to an ambulance where she's checked out before being transported back to the police station. Officer Potter, of course, is far from the only person experiencing trauma from the day's events.
I went outside screaming, I was just so distraught. My neighbors heard me. And
also, I wonder, was he still on the phone with his mom?
Probably.
Because he had called his mom.
And he had just put his phone on her dash.
Yeah, he told him to put his phone on her dash. So I wonder, did she ever hang up? Or did she stay on the line to listen?
Everything.
My neighbor's like, no, I'll drive you. And there was so much traffic, and I was like, oh my God, I can't. I got out of the car and I started running, but it was so far away. So I had to get back in the car, and I couldn't go any further, and I just need yellow tape.
In the meantime, cops from several departments and jurisdictions have blanketed the area, and many still have very little knowledge about what happened.
Hi there. No, I don't have all the details. I just replaced my partner about 5 minutes ago. I haven't heard about any officers being hurt at all, but I don't know any details.
When Dante's mom finally gets to the scene, she's confronted with the same lack of answers.
I finally got into the yellow tape, and the police officers were stopping me. I'm like, oh my God, is that my son? And I seen the car that we just gave my son 2 weeks ago was smashed up with another car, and I was like,
I thought he said it was his brother's car.
I mean, it still could be his brother's car, but...
Oh, yeah, because she said, I was sorry, we just gave my son, so it could be the others.
Florida was in an accident, and Brooklyn Center police officers were talking to me, and they said they had no information. They don't know what happened. I said, well, I know what happened. I was on the phone. You shot my son.
The sight of this many police cars has attracted attention, and it's not long before the mood grows hostile.
Oh, it's me. You're the one that's yelling out a window while you're driving. These people don't even know what happened. I don't even know what happened, and they're threatening to hurt people. Unbelievable.
But the atmosphere surrounding police shootings is tense in the spring of 2021, and that tension is perhaps especially palpable here in Brooklyn Center, where, less than 10 miles away, Derek Chauvin is on trial for the 2020 death of George Floyd, and as news breaks out about Dante's shooting, the gathering crowd begins to take the shape of a full-fledged protest.
Dante right! Dante right!
Hold the space. Hold the space. Text people to come and Avenue North, Lee Avenue North. Get people here. Do not be violence painted. Get the party pigs. Do not be painted by them. I want you to fight them. Get people here right now. Text people to get Avenue North right now. Do not go for Okie. The reason why they have so many pigs out here is because they know.
But the growing unrest at the scene of Dante's shooting is only the first glimpse of what is in store for Brooklyn Center as the day turns into night and news of the incident continues to spread throughout the community. Riot squads gather at the police station as the protests spread and troubling reports come over the radio.
Minneapolis, female stated looting of Walmart will be happening soon, and hung up on it.
And as temperatures rise across the city, it's perhaps inevitable that some protesters are detained.
My phone is ringing. Can you see who that is, please? You have to answer it, but can you tell me who it is? Because it might be my mom, and she's going to be very disappointed in me. Oh, man. I thought I was doing the right thing. Girls that are riding the smoke shop streets. It's looking real great outside. It looks like you guys got it all in control.
Even as the protests turn chaotic in some areas, police must also confront destruction and theft throughout the city.
I'll be honest with you, I got no idea what to do here. Because I mean, everything around here is getting looted.
The wide net of property damage and looting sends the cops to multiple businesses throughout the night as they struggle to keep up with sporadic outbursts of criminal activity.
You better get the home! Get the home! Y'all better get home! Drop the Stop it! Police, you're under arrest! Come on, your hands up! They probably just ran out of here. That kid looks like he's about 8 years old. Wow, this is the America we live in now. My God, it's a war zone.
The local unrest continues throughout the following week, and the city reports that they've handled at least 200 calls ranging from burglaries to property damage. According to officials, more than 140 businesses are damaged, including several instances of arson. In the midst of the ongoing protests and community reaction, Officer Potter resigns from the Brooklyn Center Police Department on April 13th, 2 days after the shooting. The following day, she is arrested and charged with second-degree manslaughter in the death of Dante Wright.
So, yep, I'm just gonna, I know, I'm very sorry. Just, let's just face this way just for the sake of it. I'm just gonna pat everything down. Do you have underwear on?
No, I
Nothing?
just sports bra on.
Okay.
There's no pockets.
Okay. Just kick your leg a little bit for me, thank you.
As she arrives at the jail, Potter has an emotional exchange with the officer escorting her.
I'd give you a hug, but that's probably not allowed.
What's that?
I can't give you a hug. It's probably not allowed.
Yeah, I just be aware that once you walk in the door, everything is recorded, so just and phone calls and everything. Just, I'm sure you know that. I'm just okay, and we'll make this as quick and painless as possible.
In September, the Minnesota Attorney General added first-degree manslaughter to her charges. At trial, Potter told the jury that she had never before used her taser or her gun on duty in her 26 years of policing and insisted that she didn't want to hurt anybody that day.
And that's the reason why I said field train, like, literally, her as the officer not being fully trained with the usage because she has never used it. Again, she shouldn't be training. I get it, you know what I'm saying, in a state of hostile and adrenaline and chaos, you might go for the wrong side. But that's the reason why you need proper training. And I feel like they should have a training at least every 6 months or once a year. At least once to twice a year.
Yeah.
Like, there should be, hey, you know what I'm saying, we pull you off the street for a week so we can rotate it out and you do a training, right?
Yeah.
My bad. You said you about to say
No, I
what?
was just about to ask that. I wonder, like, how often do they do training? Or do you just get trained when you know,
And then you just thrown out there
and
and,
then
and you
you
keep
know, you
going.
get your first training, and then when you get on the force, and then that's it. And then you just out here. Or do y'all constantly,
Yeah.
like, go
Make sure
through
that you
training and new protocol? Oh, well, whatever. Like, even, like,
even
new
new
laws
protocols.
and
Yeah.
stuff that's being passed. Like, just everything.
Keeping you up to
Like,
date, making sure you stay sharp.
like, yeah, I do wonder. I've always wondered that. Like, that'll be a good question to ask. But I have always wondered that, though. Because, like, for you to say you've never used your taser or your gun your entire 26 years of being on the force, like, yeah.
Do I know one person that's still active, like officer back home.
And don't get me wrong, that's a good thing that you haven't had to use it, or that you haven't had to feel. But it's still in a sense where I feel like you still need to. Like, I still feel like maybe everyone needs to go through training. Like, okay, my gun on this side, like still need to be familiarized with that stuff. So it's like
the weight.
Yeah,
because that's a huge weight difference. 2 pounds, 0.45. That's a huge weight difference.
True.
His mother posted a message on Facebook calling for accountability.
Just seen my son laying there, looked to me like he was dead. And I sat there and watched my son sit on the corner for hours and hours. That was my day. I watched my son underneath the yellow tent for seemed to be like a lifetime.
Kimberly Potter was convicted of first-degree manslaughter and sentenced in February 2022. The city of Brooklyn Center agreed to pay Dante Wright's family a lawsuit settlement of $3.25 million in June 2022. Kimberly Potter was released from prison in April 2023.
Oh, she done lost a lot of weight. Oh, wow. I wonder what she's doing with herself now.
I wonder, too.
Especially as technically a convicted felon, right?
Yeah.
I wonder, like...
Rest in peace to Dante Wright, by the way.
Yeah.
Definitely rest in peace to him.
But I wonder, like, what she's up to. Well, I'll say this. Do I believe there was an accident? To a degree, yes. I don't think she 100% intended to kill him. But that doesn't justify your lack of training. Your lack of...
Awareness as to what...
That doesn't justify that. But do I think she intended to take his life that day? No. Like, I do believe some situations, officers do try to kill the suspect. That is a thing. But do I think every situation where an individual lose their life to an officer is on truly like on purpose? No. But in this situation, carelessness and again lack of training. And all three individuals all three cops handled the situation wrong. The black guy, because I don't know his name, he's too new on the force. He ain't really know how to do nothing. To me, he should still be observing. He should not be acting. He should be observing, watching, and not all day doing stops. Hey, you might do a stop on this. Because he felt a little hesitant on even now. Let me step in. Let me handle this situation. Then the third cop, you interjecting, allow him to do him, and then let's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel like they probably thought it was just going to be just like because it was just
easy traffic stop.
Y'all said that y'all was stopping him just for like the air freshener, so they just like, oh, whatever. So maybe that she allowed him to take that one, and that was the reason why. I don't know. Regardless of the fact, honestly,
because it was a tags was out of date, and the air freshener hanging. That was the initial stop. So
was it I know it's the air freshener, but his registration was out. After they had, but that was after the fact. He told them.
No. That was part of the reason why they pulled him over.
Was it part of the reason? Well, regardless of the fact, it really doesn't matter. It just.
But once things starts more and more, I feel like she should have took over.
Yeah. Yeah. Regardless of the stop, no one should have.
And he
should have lost their life.
And unfortunately, he should have just complied and said, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to jail. I have a warrant." And
It's just the whole situation sad,
but again, it's not warranted for him to lose his life, though.
Not at all. Again, rest in peace.
Yeah. But hey, y'all spam us up, man. Let us know y'all thoughts about it for us in the comment section down below. But until next time, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Here, Nicole.
We are
Kid and C.
We out.
Ain't no time to kick it, gotta stack a flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar.